Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another episode of Lost Horror Media, where today's episode we are going to shift away from films and we're going to dive into the chilling world of unreleased video games with Chucky Wanna Play, a shelved stealth action title based on the iconic Child's Play franchise.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
You don't want to die.
On the inside.
Simply rip his head off.
Before we begin, if you want your very own Jill Nation Scream 4 t-shirt, click on the link in the description of this video and head over to our Nerdbox merchandise store where you'll find various designs of t-shirts based on conversations that we have had on previous videos. You can buy several different things, from t-shirts to hoodies to coffee cups to magnets. And if there's something else that you want to see, like a hat or anything like that, let me know in the comments or shoot me a message on Facebook and I'll go ahead and get that designed for you. Now let's move on to the topic of this episode. And we're talking about horror video games, and they've been around for a long time. Me, personally, when I was a kid, I didn't own them because my parents wouldn't get them. But on Nintendo or NES, we had Friday the 13th, we had Nightmare on Elm Street. Those were the must-have games for any horror fans that were little kids like me, and I had to have it, but unfortunately I did not have those games. Horror in video games have been around for a long time. Seeing Chucky get his own video game, well, it's long overdue, and this was going to be brought to you by Tick Games, who are known for their casual PC and console games. They went ahead and purchased the rights to everyone's favorite killer doll, Chucky, from Universal Studios. They poured their hearts into it, and presumably a good chunk of change into this project, having spent over $500,000 over an 18-month development period. But then, silence. There was no more talk of the Chucky game. There was no more press on the Chucky game. What the hell happened to it? The game almost disappeared as fast as Andy Barclay's mother buying her son a deranged birthday gift. So in this episode, we're going to talk about what happened to the video game and unravel the mystery of the missing murder doll game.
There's nothing nice about murder. And there's nothing innocent about Child's Play.
In November of 1988, Child's Play was released, which was about a killer doll named Chucky. This pint-sized villain is actually the soul of a serial killer, Charles Lee Ray, who used voodoo to cheat death and end up in a good guy doll, which was later purchased by Andy Barclay's mother as a birthday present, and who soon would go on a murderous rampage in search of finding a new human body to transfer his soul into. Chucky targets anyone unlucky enough to cross his path, especially kids and young adults. Now, having spanned 8 films, having a television series, and gobs of merchandise, the Child's Play franchise is a chilling and profitable cult classic, having raked in over $250 million and has won a Saturn Award for Best Horror Franchise. Now, I don't know about you, horror lovers out there, and you nerdboxes out there, But I don't think Child's Play is the best horror franchise. It certainly doesn't have a solid catalog of films, unlike, say, maybe The Evil Dead or a few other franchises are out there. So let me know if this is your favorite horror franchise of all time, or what your favorite horror franchise is. So nearly 25 years later, in 2011, Tick Games announced the Chucky video game for PC and for consoles and quickly began working on it. They soon planned a Kickstarter campaign which launched in October of 2012, despite having already spent $500,000 and purchasing the publishing rights.
Hi all, I'm Howard Laird. I'm head of game design at Tick Games. We've been making really cool video games for over a decade. You know, back in the days when I was working on arcade games like San Francisco Rush, Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey, and Gauntlet Legends, a small but creepy character rampaged through the video landscape of America. This red-headed menace haunts me even today. So much so that I'm kind of still scared to say his name out loud. Chucky.
Welcome to Hell on Earth. There's nothing nice about murder.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sorry, Jack. Chucky's back.
Keep an eye out for it.
Close your eyes and count to 7 when you make it be in heaven.
The extra funding was intended to enhance the gaming experience for users. Put on those little final touches, we had the cake, now it's time to apply the icing to this video game and get it packaged and get it out there for everybody. Now, Tick Games, as part of their Kickstarter, offered some enticing rewards too. Not only were you going to get a copy of the game itself, you were going to get some digital exclusives, probably some downloadable content and characters to add to the game, the soundtrack, free Tick Game titles, and you also had the opportunity of being featured in the video game itself, which I think is pretty damn awesome. The Gore Fest promised to unleash Chucky's fury on a variety of unfortunate victims in imaginative ways. Players could relish in his brutal action, free from the constraints of in-game justifications, such as allowing players to stab their victims in the face. Now, while the plot remains unclear, the focus seemed to be on pure slasher gameplay in the most brutal form of Chucky fashion that's out there. And we know Chucky is pretty damn sadistic, so stabbing somebody in the face was probably tame compared to some of the other kills that we would see in that game. So what happened? Why did it go silent? Why did all the talk of the game just suddenly disappear? Well, after a year of launching their ambitious Kickstarter campaign, Tick Games delivered some unfortunate news on Facebook. The dream of the Chucky video game had died. The campaign had fallen short of its goal, raising only $585 of the targeted $925,000. And Tick Games concluded in their announcement with their gratitude for the few backers that they had and assured that everyone would see no charges. Now, me personally, having contributed to Kickstarter campaigns and other GoFundMe campaigns that are out there, I wonder if they were maybe 5 to 10 years too soon in the campaign world for horror stuff, because a lot of horror campaigns today, they're very successful. So I don't know where this one went wrong. I obviously haven't seen any of the campaigns that were out there, so I'm kind of baffled why nobody got behind this. $500+ that's not a lot. So something somewhere had to go wrong where they were not able to raise this money. With this having occurred and the game being officially dead, what happened to it? Obviously, there were stills that were being published in horror media outlets. So, was the game really gone for good? Will we not see any sort of demo that's out there? Well, I have some minor good news for you. A previously lost demo for Chucky Wanna Play had recently surfaced on February 18th of 2023. User Riley5411 uploaded it for Xbox 360 emulators, claiming that it was found on a developmental kit. The download link to the game is going to be in the description of this video, and from what I watch, it's a fairly long gameplay and it looks pretty damn good. So hopefully maybe somebody will get behind this again and pick it up and do this game some justice and finish it. While Chucky Wanna Play by Tick Games never came to be outside of the recovered game demo, the studio went on to create Scary Girl, which became a 3D animated Australian film in 2023. Chucky did get his own game in 2013, but it wasn't what fans had hoped for, titled Slash and Dash. It was a simple temple run style game where you played as the doll, killing security guards with various weapons. Whoop-de-doo! Still not what we wanted as horror fans, and having seen the gameplay and having showed it to you in this video, no, we don't want no temple run there. We want a open world Chucky game where he goes out and just unleashes pure hell on anybody that crosses his path. And seeing with the games that we had come out recently with Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Evil Dead and discussions of there being another Friday the 13th game, hell yeah, I think it's time. Let's get Chucky into a video game. While he's not my favorite horror franchise, probably not even in the top 5, maybe 10 of the top 10, I would love to see this video game get out there. I would purchase it, probably never have time to play it, but it would get added to the collection. Now, what do you think? Are you going to go and check out this game, download what you can of it, if the link is still working 100%, and play the game? Do you think that it should be done? Let me know by dropping it in the comments. And once again, before you leave, don't forget to drop a like on this video, drop a comment to say hello, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and tune in for the next episode of Lost Horror Media, and thanks. And until then, see ya.
Batter up!
I'm at the Brewster. Got a knife. You gotta help us.
Batter up! Get the fuck out of here!